look at his body type, Sean Brady, and look at Eddie Alvarez's body type. They're exactly the same. Yep. I'm thinking to myself, these Philly boys, were they all work out at the same damn gym? Like the way his back, is rounded,
curves.
The way his shoulders and it's curved, and the way his chest and his shoulders are. I'm like, Jesus, this kid, man, he reminds me a lot of Eddie Alvarez. What he needs to work on, and I'm not, Sean, I'm giving you a lot of love, man, but let me get the negative shit out of the way first. You got to work on your cardio, buddy. And I know the nerves got to you a little bit. You said that after, and I love the fact that he admitted that. He's like, "Oh, this shit don't bother me. It doesn't affect me at all." It does. It does. It gets you to you. It gets to you. That's why when people talk about some of the best in the game that have ever done it and performed at the highest level, the nerves is a big factor. It's that learning how to control and temper down those nerves that gets you through a 5-round fight. Now, when I saw you fight last night, because you and I have talked, several times through social media. When I saw you fight last night, you have all the tools, the wrestling, the power, the speed. Your hands look clean and crisp when you were fresh. When you got to the top position, very dominant in some positions there. You looked fabulous. But as you got tired, you're going to have to start to learn how to temper it down, slow the pace of the fight down, control the position, work your way into positions without losing the position. Those are all things that come with experience. In a 5-round fight last night, though, I don't know. Maybe you would have got a second win, but you got to get to work on controlling those emotions, controlling that adrenaline, as well as pushing yourself into that 5-round. Because guess what? I know it wasn't the win you wanted, and the UFC's probably thinking, I don't know if I want to ruin his undefeated record, putting him in a 5-round fight because you looked gassed in the third. But I don't see anywhere else you can go, buddy. Like, you asked for a main event. I could see it potentially coming now that you asked for it going 5. Be ready. Make sure you go back to the gym and get ready. You're unscathed. Get ready for 5 rounds.
Yeah, you're absolutely right in the fact that, look, he's in shape.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no doubt he was in shape. He was in the gym. He's doing all the right things. It's pressure. Pressure gets to you, man, and it wears you out. And by the end of that fight, you go into that last 40 seconds when Chiesa was able to get back to his feet. He was exhausted. He had nothing left. He gave it all. And that's that point where, okay, now let's think about, you got to go to the next round. Yeah, you're going to get a minute break, but it's not going to come back. And you've got to figure out those areas within that fight when it's not only just the fight, it's the pressure of the fight. And I'm doing well. This is the guy, he's way ahead of me. And he's ranked ahead of me. This is the guy I've been watching, and I'm doing well with him, and I'm winning this fight. You got to be able to have those moments. You slow it down, and you grab those couple breaths of air, and you get yourself back, and then you go back to work. This happens all the time. This is what the best fighters can do, is take those moments, find where they can slip in that moment to just grab air, calm themselves down a little bit, and then go back to work. You get that, you're going to be able to go into those main event 5-round fights. Like, he's talented. I think the double eye poke in the beginning, it affected him because you could see that, look at it, it's actually swelled up his eye. So that wasn't good for him. But I thought Chiesa actually in the stand-up was looking as good as I've seen him look. Let's be honest. He was using range beautifully. He was using that length. He was doing a lot of good footwork. I really liked what I saw out of Michael, but it was the difference of, and this is the difference, it wasn't so much that Brady's a better wrestler. He's not. I think Michael Chiesa is the better wrestler. Brady was just that strong. But that strength in using it at times, because there was a couple times he just squeezed and muscled him down, where you can do that. You can step on that gas to get that takedown. But now you got to find that place, like you were talking about. You got to find that place to get that break, catch the air, to get it back, because you're carrying a lot of muscle. You are a thick individual, and so you got to figure out where it is that I can slow this down in this position. But Chiesa was doing really good work at getting back to his feet, so that was making Brady just continue to work hard throughout it. But I thought, I've always been in that position. I always worry about Chiesa on his feet. I'm not going to ever worry about him. He looked really good. I thought that he got out muscled in the fight. He was in against a guy that's physically was just stronger than him, was able to put him in positions that he had to work himself out of, and he couldn't mount an offense off of it. And, hats off to Sean Brady for that. And look, there's technique is one thing, and sometimes just pure raw dog strength is another, and he has it, and you can use it. You just got to use it judiciously because it will exhaust you.
Well, here's the thing, John. On our last show, I sat in this chair and I told you exactly what I thought of Chiesa stand-up. Believe. That's all he's got to do is believe and throw it. That's the problem.
You did.
His
you talked about him. You talked about him against Magny.
Exactly. I'm like, he got so pressured in moving around, like he was running. He got tired running around. Sit down on your feet and throw your combinations, and then move. You're moving and punching at the same time, so nothing lands hard. When you probably could get people out of there, or at least get them a little wobbled and then get the easy takedown and dominate from the position. He's just got to believe in his stand-up. When I saw him standing in front of Sean Brady, I was like, good God, you look like you're an 85-pounder. Like, he's enormous.
He used to be 155. Come on.
I know, but he's what, 6'1"? He's a big guy. He's like probably 6'1", 6'2". And I want to say this too. What's his name? DC, my boy. Hey, you were one word away from saying what I say on this show. So I know you listen. Tall, long, and lanky, my friend. Go ahead. Say it again. Say it again. Okay? You kept saying tall and long, and I could hear you wanting to say lanky. You just didn't want to give me the credit and the love for my words. I understand. I get it, DC. I get it. But yeah, he is tall, long, and lanky, man. The way he fights, he was sticking out long. His combinations were good. He just got to sit down on them and believe in them, and then move out of the way after that, or run it, or get in closer to the clinch after you land. He just got to believe in his stand-up. That's all I want to say. Otherwise, he's got to, in that fight, he could have just turned the gas tank on a little bit sooner, a little bit faster, and I think Sean might have been in a lot more trouble. Because remember, that fight ended with him and Mount. That fight ended with Chiesa and Mount, and Sean turning sideways. So that's what scared me right there. If that would have been a 5-round fight, could have been a different story.
And this is what when you get tired, we talk about all the time, man. Look at being fatigued. It makes everyone get to that position that I got no more. Yeah. Mentally, the hardest thing to break yourself through. You can't give up. And I'm not saying Sean gave up. He was fighting, but Chiesa was in a dominant position. And if that fight, had more time, it might have ended. Might have been a different story. So, I think Chiesa needs to look at it. There was some really good things that he did in that fight. Like you said, if you sit down just a little bit more, you'll get more respect out of your opponent by just hitting him just a little bit cleaner, a little bit harder. He's not going to want to come in the same way. And for Brady, just got to learn how to you're the one controlling the pace in that. You've got to figure out where to grab those little times of rest.
Yeah, I mean, when he does learn how to grab those times of rest, stop using so much strength in some of those positions. The moments that you hit the ground, that's when your body needs to relax. Give it a second to rest, okay, to recover. Get the breath. Don't be so tense. Put yourself in a position where you can just relax for a sec, and so I think that's just going to come with more time. Look, he's 12. What is he, 13 now and 0?
No, 15 and 0.
Oh, he was 14 and 0 before.
He was 14 and 0.
Was 12. I thought he was 12.
He's moving up into that stratosphere level, man. He's getting up there where people are going to be okay.
What's the ranking? So that bumped him up to number 6 probably after this week.
I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he's going to jump everybody, but
yeah, not in that performance. I mean, I could see him being up there, right there by Neil Magny and Masvidal, but I don't think he's going to get to 6. I could see him somewhere being in that.
I think he'll crack the top 10.
You don't think he'll be up there? Up Bilal Muhammad? You think Bilal will be ahead of him?
I think Bilal will still be ahead of him. I think Chimaev will still be ahead of him. Masvidal will move up, into the 6th spot, I think.
Got it.
Magny will fucking probably move up there, and Bilal, and then I think he'll be right underneath. I think he'll be 10.
You think he's only going to go down a couple? 4?
Who, Chiesa?
No, Sean Brady.
No, I think he's going to go up.
I'm talking about Sean going where? To where?
I think he'll be 10.
You think Sean's
going to move up 4 spots? 4 spots. That's pretty good.
Jeez. I mean, he just beat number 6. You're not
giving
him any
love.
Okay,
but
you're not giving our boy any love. I get it.
I'm giving him a lot of love, but there's a lot of talent in front of him that
there is.
You're just not going to jump it.
Yeah, the guy he needs to stay away from is Neil Magny. I'm just being honest. Neil Magny is the guy that never gets tired.
He'll
He can
put
take a
that pace
shot.
on you.
Yeah, put the pace on you. He's frustrating as fuck to fight. He's like he reminds me of Steven Thomson pretty much. You know, Steven's got just crazier styles, sidekicks, all that other stuff. Neil Magny's just to come forward, walk you down, throw shots, and nothing maybe really hurts you, but the long push kick.
Was very similar to Chiesa, very long.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Got
got to
that
stay away
frame,
from those
so.
because Sean doesn't seem like he's a very tall guy. I mean, I don't know how tall
No,
he is,
he's
but
not.
he doesn't seem like it. I almost look at him and go, man, you could probably fight at 55 if you cut a leg off.
Yeah, if you cut a leg off 15 pounds, he ain't. Nope.
Man.
170. Stay where you're at, Sean. You're fine.
Man, you're young, bro. Cut the
Don't
weight.
listen
You're
to
young.
Josh and think about going down. Stupid
You're
move.
young. Cut the weight. Young. You're young. Cut the weight. I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. Sean, stay where you're at, man. You're doing great. Good job. Congratulations on the big win.